Hey, it's me, telling you to smash like, hit subscribe, ring the bell, share on a friend with social media, all that stuff that YouTube likes. But, did you also know I have a Discord? Linked in the description. Down there you can chat with everyone, anyone, and you can get in on the fun of making these everything wrong with. Leave me some sins, I'll shout you out. And this leads into our next important fact. Because down in that little Discord server is the Art Room. A special chat where you can get connected with one of several highly profiled artists who can help you with what you need. Whether that be just general art, icons, logos, wallpapers, streaming assets, including 3D and 2D VTubers, as well as overlays. Everything your upstart Twitch user, YouTube, streamer needs. As well, a link to my Patreon. In case you didn't see it, in my community tab, you will see I have posted the first page of my new webcomic, The Chromatic Chronicles. And if you'd like to help donate to the cause, maybe get, special perks like cameoing in the comic itself, having a special supporting role, or, in the top tier, getting your own mini-series. Then head to the Patreon and become a member today. Now, without further ado, let's begin with the video.
Come on, motherfucker! Come on, motherfuckers, come on! Come on, motherfuckers, come on! Yeah! Come on, motherfuckers, come on! Come on, motherfuckers, come on!
So, everyone who apparently hates Chikorita, do you like Charmander? Because that's funny. He's weak to the first two gyms, just like Chikorita. You think it's possible to hit a plant with a no-horny bat? So, I came out here to physically prove whether you can take a horny bat to a plant. Alright, here we go. Seems like you can't. I will admit, no one saw Meganium being a boss in the new Pokemon Snap coming. No, I won't deny Cyndaquil is the best of the starters in Johto, but, are all of you blind? How's this thing look like a rat? Shut up. Just shut up. The whole its evolution is just the same, but bigger thing is not a problem, Milligage Gen 9. Complaining about Pokefans' ignorance aside, Typhlosion. Oh, this big boy be cool. I especially liked him in the, Legends of Thunder special. You know, where they completely broke the canon and showed that the main protagonists actually do exist in the anime continuity. Tell me, Pokefans, how many of you remember Pokemon Lakes or Pokemon Crater? For those who aren't in the know, that was a Flash game where you basically roamed around a generated area and found Pokemon, battled. It was all basically a Pokemon game in a Flash version, with a couple of key differences. One, there weren't just shiny Pokemon. There were also metallic, ghostly, various different skins that made you think of a Yu-Gi-Oh card. And you could teach Pokemon basically any move as long as it was compatible. The reason I bring it up here is I had a Totodile that knew Zap Cannon and Ice Fang. Thank you very much. Boring middle Evo, enough said, skip. So as of right now, we have a water-type alligator, and no, its name is not misspelled, it's just because of the character limit. A sand crocodile that is for some reason a ground-type when it should be a water-type. Hope this gets rectified in an Australian region, because they got big crocs down there. So all we're missing really is a caiman, unless that's what Skeledirge is supposed to be. Remember how Togepi and a Sentret hijacked one of Team Rocket's mechs and just went on a rampage? Because they're stupid kids and they don't realize they're in danger? Yep. Furret is as big as Charizard. And apparently Misty doesn't know what type it is because she keeps calling it a ground type.
Sleepwalking! Sleepwalking! Sleephooting!
Ash's first, and currently only, shiny Pokemon. I seem to remember a girl who dangled dangerously from a swing held up by these things. You know what? It really grew on me.
Spider-Man, Spider-Man, does whatever a spider can. Spins a web any size, catches thieves just like flies. Look out!
This Pokemon's existence has contradicted someone's whole belief system down to its very core. We have so few abyssal deep-sea Pokemon that you can count all of them on one hand. Like, seriously, how hard is it to make a convergent evolution of Gulpin? A gulper eel. It's right there. For those of you who followed my community tab, you might remember a dream I had a little before Gen 9 came out. Basically, it was you were the protagonist investigating a haunted aquarium filled with ghost-type fish Pokemon that looked like deep-sea abyssal Pokemon, one of which looked like two floating eyeballs that were searchlights, and the other was a ghost fish. I often wonder why Pichu exists, aside from letting you get a Volt Tackle Raichu. I don't remember offhand what the Cleffa episode was about, but I'm pretty sure it was dumber and stupider than Clefairy want to go to space because they stole a rocket and some random shit. Nothing wrong here, Igglybuff is just generic in every possible way, it's that, Jigglypuff is still in the anime. Pokemon Horizons, and it's the same Jigglypuff, green mic and everything. She's no longer stalking Ash & Co., she's just there to annoy us, the viewers. Never has a Pokemon made the fanbase shit its own pants than when a Gen 2 Pokemon appeared in the Gen 1 anime for no reason. Okay, if I am remembering correctly, Misty had to give up Togepi when it evolved because it was like some prince protecting new Togepi eggs. Because that makes sense. Like, who needs a Togekiss on their team? I mean, Cynthia does, and what is she? She's just the champion of Sinnoh. I mean, it exists. What more can be said? Remember when we had to consult a Xatu because a meteor was careening towards the Earth, and we had to get Rayquaza to blow it out of the sky because he's apparently too dumb to notice it? Oh, the Olivine Gym is closed. Go up the lighthouse. Amphie's sick. Go get him medicine across the ocean. Go down the lighthouse. Beat the fighting guy. Come back. Climb up the lighthouse. Nearly die. Okay, Amphie's better. Let's fight. Really, Jasmine? Remember when they forced Pikachu to dance because it was apparently integral to the plot that he'd bust a move? Yeah, because Pikachu was so bad at dodging shit before. First time I saw this, it was on Pikachu's Vacation. Thanks to the Pokemon First Movie VHS. See that little ability right there? It's called Huge Power. It doubles the attack power of the Pokemon using a physical move. That makes Azumarill great in raids. I question why something like Tinkaton doesn't have that when it has the most balling Steel-type move ever. And is clearly a physical fighter, so why would it have a high special attack? Hey, stop watering me, bro! I don't like the water! Well, get your ass up and get out of my way! Well, I'd say having a mouth is a vast improvement over being able to punch really hard. And Oddish thought it was a Hoppet, and would climb up a fence and jump off, nearly killing itself. What is the Pokemon anime? This Pokemon brings to question another Pokemon, Zora's ability to use illusions. Whether they are actual illusions and it just looks like a thing, or whether it can actually transform into the thing. Something I never got was that one Jumpluff was stuck in some crags in a rock face, where Zapdos was nesting, by the way, and for some reason it only had a problem when a Shiftry showed up. Legendaries. Go figure. Remember when Ash caught an Apom? Yeah, me neither. I never played Gale of Darkness, but I hear this is the first actual Pokemon battle. What a joke. Look, the Pokemon anime isn't a work of art. It's not Chainsaw Man or something. But it's episodes like the Sunflora episode where it really shows how stupid these people are, and you wonder how they even got to this point of surviving. You know, after watching National Geographic, I get it. Why these are Candy Eevee's favorite Pokemon. They're like sparkling little jewels that just happen to be able to fly. It can punch you. Let me say that again. It can punch you. This. Quang! Look, I know Espeon is labeled to be the Pokemon with the arguably worst shiny, but I don't know. I mean, the grassy green kind of works. Green shinies can work if they're the right hue, saturation, or whatever. They changed this one to be like a grassy green, and that works. That works. Not like puke green Jolteon. Speaking of shiny evolutions, everybody's pick. And And also, I gotta point out how fucky the type chart was, because back then, Dark was considered special when most Dark types were physically based, so figure that shit out. You're not good yet. You're just an annoying bird, like an actual crow, so fuck off. Can somebody give this guy a pair of pants, please? Gotta cover that massive... Not good yet, but at least you're cute. I'll say that. Can someone explain to me the function Unknown has in the Pokemon mythos? I mean, you got Dialga, Master of Time. You got Palkia, Master of Space. Yveltal and Xerneas, who control the aspects of life, death, and all the other in-betweens that control the earth, the water, the sky. Then you have Alphabet Soup, that just for no reason hands out blank checks for reality-warping shenanigans to kids, and anyone else who happens to be lucky enough. Why did they think that was funny? Why did anyone think that was funny? To hear, "Wah, Buffett!" every single time this thing speaks. Jesse gave up a Lickitung that would eventually become a Licky Licky for this thing. And all it does is, "Wah, Buffett!" And then when James got Mime Jr., it just copied it and made it even more annoying. The most it ever did, the most I ever remember it doing, was deflecting a blast shot by Giratina. And it wasn't even a direct blast, it was a stray shot! Giraffe with two heads, one on the front and one on the butt. You decide which is which. Remember when Brock caught a grenade with a fastball, of all things? But still, it was reliable. Enough that it came back in Hoenn. God, remember when this thing was crushing hard on Verizon and then everyone was overjoyed when he got shot down? Man. To anyone who was confused, what happened to Brock's Onix in between series when he just magically had one that could Mega Evolve when he and Ash had their rematch? Between Gens 2 and 3 anime, there was a little, let's call it a side season called Pokemon Chronicles. It basically showed a bunch of side characters getting up to random shenanigans. Even showed us how badges were made. Interesting little world building. Brock eventually went home, had to fight off Butch and Cassidy because they were gonna, take down his gym. And he gave his Onix to his brother Forrest, who eventually evolved it when he came back. Just remember, this Pokemon inspired a guy to dress up in spandex in his mid-50s. Another one of the severely unfunny jokes in the Pokemon anime, a rich woman Snubble running away and just chasing after Meowth's tail because it just liked biting it. Flip-flopping between obeying her owner and just being like, I don't give a shit, I need to get some tail. It wasn't funny, and I'm tired of talking about it because it just irritates. And then it evolved, and then nothing literally changed. It's like, it went from wanting Meowth's tail, and then when it evolved, it was like, fuck you, I'm over you. The first pufferfish Pokemon, and no one gives a shit. The taste of what a real good bug type could do. Too bad we didn't get anything better or similar until Gen 5. Yeah, I get it. Don't fuckle with Shuckle, but would you drink juice out of this thing? Like, its wormy, slithery body just smooshing up those worms, and you just get a whole heaping helping of its juice. Doesn't sound too appetizing now, does it? Apparently, they think sexual harassment is funny, considering that Ash's Heracross gave his Bulbasaur the bad suck any chance it got. You might be an ice type, but you're not cool yet. It's a teddy bear. That's it. I'd like to remind you all that in the anime, Ursaring mating season was considered so dangerous to humans that they'd post signs and barbed wire fences to keep people out. Didn't stop Ash & Co. and Team Rocket, but I mean, would you mess with a pair of Ursaring that were climaxing by shooting off hyper beams at each other? I didn't think so. Don't say it, don't say it. Don't say it, don't say it. Don't say it, don't say it. Slug my balls! Apparently, God Arceus doesn't know how temperature works, because this thing is stated to be as hot as the sun, and yet it has a cooled magma shell on its back. Oh, that's nice. Self-refrigerating bacon. I'll admit, I cried a little when the Ice Gym leader from Johto found his frozen Piloswine. Man, this thing cannot catch a break. In Galar, it becomes a ghost type because people bleached it, And in Alola, it's hunted down because sea stars just like Om Nom Nah. Basic fish that turns into an octopus for some fucking reason. Ho ho ho, motherfucker. This is not Mantine, this is Mantine. Get it right. It was never Winona's Altaria that got me freaked out, it was her Skarmory. It's primarily why I always have to make sure I have an electric type or a fire type whenever I replay Emerald. You're cute, but maybe you shouldn't be picking a fight with a bike dragon. Remember in the Pokemon Rangers game where a Houndoom got so pissed he had a Plusle for accidentally shocking it? Good times. Oh, this thing is so hard to take down without another dragon. Then you gotta train up a Dratini from the game corner in Route 2. I was so glad when Ash got a Phanpy in the Battle Frontier saga, because he really needs a ground type. First time we ever saw this thing was in Pokemon the first movie. Now it's got a past and a future version.
Oh, that's the real graphics.
There has to be a big game hunter in the Pokemon universe. There's just gotta be. One of the most infuriating evolution methods by stats, and it's still only second to Ursaluna. Everyone, refresh my memory. The Smoochum episode of the Journeys anime was basically a famous guy didn't want to show how soothing and, like, soft he was, so he would hide and, like, give his sister a Smoochum, like, cakes and stuff or something. Saw this one as early as the Orange Islands, and now it's stuck being a part of the Orange Crew. Ah, what the hell, I'll do the noise anyway. He sounds like he's being smothered by a ginormous pair of titties. Magmar vs. Charizard was pretty cool. Magby vs. Charmander, though. Let's see it. Okay, so it's a self-lactating cow that can not only drink itself somehow, but it actually showed it lactating and then feeding Pokemon on screen, and it's owned by a big-titty, pink-haired farm girl. Holy shit. So in the Blissey episode we find out Jessie failed out of medical school, big bummer there, and she applied to a Chansey medical school to at least get some kind of license, only to fail because, well, they're idiots and they let a human girl into a school for Chansey, while her idiot friend Chansey got a passing grade, only to go on later and, you know, be an idiot. Like, she scrubs a person's back in a shower with a wire brush. She carries 17 plates of food and then drops it because she's just such a freaking idiot. And she gives away all the food in the hospital just because she's friends with someone. I mean, like, that Blissey has to have been fired by now, right? I mean, Raico's okay. It took him, like, 13 movies to actually get in a Pokemon movie. But Roaring Thunder, though, he gave me some good ideas. And they all have to do with One Piece, believe it or not. I'm just gonna play the clips, but once you see it, you're gonna wonder if this thing can do these attacks too.
Damn it! I pushed my neck in so far it made my arms and legs pop out! It's like when you cram dough through a little hole and it comes out as noodles. Like a pasta machine. Pasta machine!
Don't act like you did that on purpose!
A lot of people are wondering what the Entei Paradox will inevitably look like. A lot of people think it's going to be like one of those duck-billed dinosaurs, but I'm still hoping for a Theropod. It doesn't have to be a T-Rex because the T-Rex isn't the only Theropod. There's also Saurophaganax, for example. It could be that. Now it's time for everybody's favorite beast, even in the anime and games, Suicune, who got a Raptor Paradox Pokemon. This thing is just, it breathes awesomeness and serenity. Apparently there's a serious workout regimen for 10-year-olds who can just pick up Larvitars with their bare hands and throw them around like they're nothing. Somehow the Pokemon world isn't just nothing but plains and ocean, given how this thing needs like a mountain in order to even evolve into Tyranitar. So not only does it need to eat a mountain, apparently when two Tyranitar clash, they level a mountain. The anime did confirm beyond a shadow of a doubt that legendaries can in fact fuck. You couldn't give us just one Ash v. Ho-Oh. The entire 1,000 episodes Pokemon's been on the air. Like, you couldn't even make that the final episode. Like, you finally give us that moment where Ash captures Ho-Oh. Fuck you, Pokemon anime. Another Pokemon whose function I wonder why he even has. Like, I get it. It's like an omen for nature that it's thriving, but what's with the time travel powers? I mean, considering how many times that's dicked you over, like Iron Mask Marauder or Kodai. I mean, why does it have time travel?